Alright, so in my last video, I got all the way down my list of all the cars I've owned, and I got to the end one, which was the one I have now, and I said I'd make a video about it. So this would be a quick video about the car that I own currently. It is, sorry it's a little rainy too, so this car is kind of wet and nasty looking, but anyway. It is a original 2000 Integra factory GSR. It's a nice car. A little bit of backstory is originally the guy that had it before me, he bought it from a friend of his and was trying to get his license back, ended up not being able to get it back, so he sold it to me because he couldn't do anything with it. So if you look in it, a few things that when I went to go look at the car, it was supposed to have that it doesn't. And one of them is the seats. So, and also a new development I just figured out today is it leaks bad from somewhere in that corner. But as you can see, it's rainy, and look, water, wet carpet. That's kind of dry, but not. So yeah, it's coming from up underneath because you can see it's dripping. So I'll have to look at that. Luckily I don't have to drive it that much right now, so I can kind of sit and try to figure out where it's coming from and let everything dry, but it still starts and stuff, so I don't think it's really getting any electrical things for the time being. Anyway, when I originally talked to the guy about this car, he said that it was an all original car. So got there, seats weren't in it, which it should have the leather seats, which the back seats are still there, even though they're kind of really beat and messed up, but they're still the original leather seats in the back. The fronts are gone. These are Civic seats. And the trans is an LS, so it doesn't have the seats, it doesn't have the transmission, and I'm kind of like, whatever, at this point. It's cheap, it's in my budget, it's the best thing I could buy for the amount of money I had, so I said screw it, I bought it anyway. But in my mind, I thought it was an original GSR, so it's already kind of like, yeah, the car is already losing its appeal to me. But anyway, I drive it because it runs and drives fine, perfect, nothing wrong with it. The only minor issue is with the shifter, which is kind of common in these things. Someone put, it looks like just like an eBay short shifter, but it hits the exhaust. And actually what it is the exhaust pipe runs, say this screwdriver is the exhaust, and it's running under the shifter. There's a hanger that sits on top of it that's welded, and the shifter is actually hitting the hanger, not the exhaust pipe. So if I was to grind that hanger down, it probably wouldn't hit it at all. It's just hitting the hanger that's welded on top. So anyway, I don't know why they put it there, but hindsight, I guess. Outside of that, everything works. There's no AC, but the heat does work. You know, I put the radio in it, it works. So I bought it, and after a while I was just like, so like I said, I bought it, and after I had it for about a week, there are different wheels on it, and I have a picture, I'll put them in the video, of wheels that were on it. And I decided I didn't want those, I wanted some more of spokes, and I put these wheels on it. So these are Roto J Mags, good wheel. I also had 2-foot brakes, so I went ahead and put the cross-drilled and slotted rotors on it with brand new pads. I had to put a wheel bearing on that side, all within about 2 weeks of owning it. So again, it was really like, okay, it's not what I thought it was, even though it was a good deal. And now I'm putting money into the thing, not even a week having it. Even though it ran and drove, it needed little things to keep it reliable. Let's see here. Hood. Alright, so you have the motor, which, like I said, the transmission, the VIN plate's right there. I can obviously see it says JH4, then DB7, which is the code for the car chassis, which is like a 4-door LS. There's also an oil leak that developed, which I think is just a O-ring for the distributor. Anyway, So anyways, I have it, and I'm like, okay, whatever. He said the motor and block were for sure original. So, which I look at this, and it says B72-2. Cool, that's an original GSR head. I didn't think to look at these numbers, which, as you can see, this says 96, which I was told is the year. Because I went to go trade it for something, and the guy already had an Integra. He's kind of a Integra expert per se, and he immediately said, okay, the head's not the original head either. So I was going to go buy an original GSR. I was told everything was original, 100%. I get there, the seats are missing. I get there, I buy it. So now I have a car that the seats are not the original seats, the trans isn't the original trans, the head isn't the original head, and essentially all I have right now is the shell. Nothing's VIN matching, which is what I wanted in my mind, a VIN matching all original GSR, even if the seats were destroyed or whatever. And I wanted an all original car, and this is not it. So it's kind of slowly been losing its appeal, and I've been talking to a guy I traded a car to that I might get back, which is my Accord that I boosted. That's still turbocharged. He's put some money into it, fixed the suspension and things that I needed to do that I didn't do when I had it. And I've been debating it, but we'll see. You know, the car is a decent car. The body's not that bad. The paint is losing the clear, as you can see here, and it's got a dent in this fender. But the rest of it's not terrible. It runs and drives fine. Everything, windows works, sunroof works. You know, so I can't complain too much. But so there you go. That is my current car I have now, which is an Integra GSR. Also has suspension, which is just like looks like some maybe aftermarket OEM style struts with lowering springs in the back, which is why there's so much wheel gap, because I can't adjust it. And then eBay coils on the front, so it's a little bit lower. And it's got a Pexi exhaust on it. I don't know what kind or series or whatever, but if it'll focus, yeah. It's super quiet. But for the time being, I'm gonna hang on to it. But I might end up trading. Actually, I might go to the car meet tonight and look at the Accord. So we'll go from there. But that's most everything. I could go on and on about the things that have happened to it, but I'll leave it at that for now. So I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll be posting more videos soon. So like and subscribe. Thank you so much.